Yo, what's up everybody? It's Tim Humphreys here. We're going to be unboxing the new GoPro Hero4 Session. Just got a little pre-release package from the good folks at GoPro. Been snowboarding for them since the HD Hero came out. I've been on their team. So I got a little hookup on this early release Hero4 Session, so we're going to check it out. So this is it right here. This is the GoPro Hero4 Session. As you can see, it can film up to 1080p 60 frames a second, 100 frames a second, and 720p. You can do an 8 megapixel photo with a 10 frame a second burst. And although it does not come with a remote, you can hook it up to the GoPro app on your phone or to a smart remote to access all the settings. It is waterproof up to 33 feet or 10 meters. And the new GoPro Hero4 Session is actually completely waterproof without the use of a water housing, so the camera itself is actually waterproof. So that's some new technology that we're seeing. It's also quite a different shape and form factor. It's mostly a cube. So on the side of the box we can see what's included, and we have the camera. We got some curved and flat adhesive mounts. We got some mounting hardware and micro USB cable. The mounting frame that comes on it, a couple of the quick clip, the mounting brackets. Pretty standard as far as all the GoPros go. Mostly what all the other stuff is included, the other cameras. This is actually the smallest, lightest GoPro yet. One thing to note though is that the battery is built into this camera, meaning that you cannot charge external batteries and then swap them out. You have to recharge this camera to use it again. So the battery will record up to 2 hours. So I'm not sure which filming mode that is speaking about. I need to do some tests to see. Easy one button photo and video capture, very similar to the quick capture modes that you'd see on the GoPro Hero 4 Silver and Black editions, where when it's in the quick capture mode or the Hero 4 Session, the camera's off, you press the record button real quick and it turns the camera on, starts recording, and you press it again and it stops recording. With this one you press and hold and that'll shoot a photo. Something that's pretty interesting about what they did with this cube form factor is that since it is completely a square, you can take the camera, rotate it in the frame, get different angles and mounting options. We got some more featured settings. So we see Pro Tune right here, so we're gonna be able to get the cinema quality of the Pro Tune feature set. Clips come out looking quite nice. I use Pro Tune religiously. They got the highlight tag option, so I don't know if you're familiar with that, but when you're recording anything, you can press the settings button and it'll place a little tag in your video, which then when you're in GoPro Studio later on, you can see where on that clip you were tagged. So it makes it really useful for if you filmed a lot and there's only a couple good moments that you want to keep. It makes it easy to keep track of them and find them. It can record in super view, which is essentially it takes the whole sensor image, which is 4:3, and dynamically stretches it to 16:9, so it gives you the super tall field of view, but it keeps it 16:9. And then there's the auto low light, which is just shutter adjustment as the light drops. So here we see the full feature set of all the video modes. Now this is the goods right here. So we can see that in 1440p you can roll 30 frames a second and 25 frames a second. So NTSC and PAL. 1440p is one of my modes of choice actually. It's as wide as 1080, but it's 1440 pixels tall, so it actually shoots a really tall field of view. Then we got 1080p, 60, 50, 30, 25. So you can shoot that in ultra wide, medium modes. Then 1080 super view, which is essentially 1440p dynamically stretched. You can do 48, 30, 25. We got 960p, 60 frames a second, 50, 30, 25. And then we got 720p, 100, 60, 50, 30, and 25. And we got 720 Super View, 60, 50, 30, 25. And then WVGA, 120 and 100 frames a second. And then we also have some photo modes here too. So 8 megapixel photos on the GoPro Hero4 Session. We got some time-lapse options. We got half second, 1 second, 2, 5, 10, 30, and 60 intervals, or you can burst it at 10 frames a second. So still pretty capable camera, I think. It's not quite as feature robust as, let's say, the Hero 4 Silver Edition, but this is kind of a completely different purpose-built camera, which is based a little bit more on its flexibility and where you can mount it, how you can mount it. I think a lot more side mounting will be possible with this, and then also the fact that it's waterproof right out of the box, smaller, lighter. So it also has a little bit different of a mic setup, and yeah, a little bit better sound quality. So this thing's got some pretty awesome features, and I think it's definitely really useful. I think I'm going to be using it a lot, just throwing it on like the side of my goggles and just rolling POV while I'm snowboarding. I think it's, you know, a lot smaller, a lot less noticeable, especially if I'm filming some other projects and I got some other filmers filming me. I can have this hidden on me a lot better than the other cameras. So I think it's extremely useful in that sense. So yeah, let's get to opening it up. That's it for the first look. If you want to check out the actual unboxing, that will be in the video link clickable right here. Also, don't forget, if you guys like GoPro snowboarding awesomeness, that subscribe button right there is looking mighty sexy. Maybe give her a little click, see what you see. I don't know.